Mccall announced. So Ian Mccall is now officially the manager of Partick Thistle Football Club. It's clearly an emotional pull towards Partick Thistle for Ian Mccall, as everything was going perfect at Ayr United, and in the grand scheme of things there really was limited reason to leave. But of course his history with Partick Thistle has probably tipped him over the edge to go back to Firhill. And for Ayr United, of course, I've said it many a times in the last few days that they will be gutted with this one. It's a move that, like Lawrence Shanklin leaving them, they really didn't want to see the day. They probably knew it was going to happen at some point, but maybe with Ian Mccall just a little less, because he really has become a sort of legendary figure, I suppose, at Ayr United. He's done a lot of good things at Ayr United, and now he's away to Partick Thistle, and Ayr United fans will feel a bit aggrieved at that, I imagine. For Partick Thistle fans, they'll be on cloud nine. As you've seen at the start of the video, they were all asking for their club to announce Mccall basically not long after our game finished at the weekend, because on Sunday, I believe it was, Ayr United put out a tweet saying that Ian Mccall had informed Ayr United Football Club that he wanted to move on and take up the managerial position at Partick Thistle, and then within a day it was announced that he took over at Partick Thistle. So it's been a really quick period between being Ayr United manager and Partick Thistle manager, so a turbulent 24 to 48 hours for both Ayr United and Partick Thistle fans. Ayr United at 5 PM on Saturday had just went away from home and won 4-1 very convincingly, especially their first half performance, and on cloud nine, joint top of the league, and looking forward to the rest of the season with Ian Mccall at the helm. And Partick Thistle losing 3-0 in a 6-pointer game against Dunfermline won the Pars, but ultimately feeling like their club was going in a direction that they really didn't want it to go in a sense of disarray, because they didn't have a manager in place. Gary Caldwell was gone, the positivity should have been back, it should have been a positive performance, but they were scudded once again. And then, of course, the news came that Ian Mccall wanted to go back to Firhill, and Partick fans were back in jubilant motion. So it's, as I said, just a turbulent 48 hours for both clubs, both sets of fans, and it'll be interesting to see how this all pans out, because from a Partick Thistle perspective, they will be hoping now that they can start to kick on. They'll know it's not going to be an overnight project, I do imagine, but it'll be a case of building this season and making sure that they're at least on a good front going into January period, and then hopefully Mccall can maybe bring in some of his own players. But in terms of Ayr United, at the moment they've got an interim manager in Sandy Stewart taking over, with Mark Kerr assisting things as well, so their club is in a bit of a disarray at the moment, and I don't exactly know what to really suggest for them. I'm not going to really go into who should take over or anything like that, because I'm not that informed to be able to make a decision such as that. I don't really know who would be the ideal man to take over at Ayr United. You've obviously got your figures like Jim McIntyre, etc., but I don't think that's the right fit personally. So I'm not going to make any bold predictions on who I think should be the next Ayr United manager. But from an Ayr United perspective, they really do need to get the next managerial appointment correct, because they're on a good front now. They're joint top of the league, and they have a good squad. They've got a good squad of players who were really working well under Ian Mccall. So the next manager to come in, he shouldn't really have to change much. He should have to just say, do what you've been doing in the last few weeks and prove to me why you are one of the best teams in this league. And they've proved that so far this season. Can they continue to do that under new management? As I said, I just believe that it has to be the right manager to come in the door, and one that doesn't want to mess around with the team too much and hamper what Ayr United and Ian Mccall have built over the last few years. I hope the clubs do well, but in terms of on the pitch and achieving things in games against Dunfermline, no thanks lads. But aye, that's it for this video guys. Cheers for watching. It was just a short one to get my opinions out there on the whole situation. Like this video if you did enjoy it. Comment down below your thoughts on the situation between Ian Mccall leaving Ayr United and what they should do next, and joining Partick Thistle, and what you expect to see from an Ian Mccall Partick Thistle side, also assisted by Alan Archibald as well. Subscribe for more of this type of content, and until the next video, I'll see you then. Cheers, guys.